Good day, good eve, or kung anong oras niyo naman 'to panoorin. So, we are the group 3. Ang topic po namin is, free vibration. Then our lesson outline is first the harmonic motion, second is viscous damping, and third is stability.
Hi, I'm Gail, and I will be presenting about the harmonic motion. So, since the previous group already gave us an overview of what harmonic motion is, so for this part, we'll go more in depth. So, we'll look into how it actually works and how the main quantities relate to one another and how different systems like spring mass, pendulum, and torsional system are all connected through the same principle. So, for the harmonic motion, it is a type of periodic motion. That means the object moves back and forth along the same path repeatedly. So, the most important part is the restoring force, since it will always tries to bring the object back to its equilibrium. So the force is directly proportional to its displacement, and it acts in the opposite direction. So because of that, the motion becomes sinusoidal, uh, where it follows a smooth wave pattern, just like sine and cosine curve. So for the next slide, we'll be seeing the relationship between the displacement, velocity, and acceleration. So these three quantities, displacement, velocity, and acceleration, don't peak at the same time. So when displacement is at its maximum, the object stops for a moment, so velocity becomes zero. But when velocity is maximum, the object passes through the equilibrium point where displacement is zero. And acceleration is always in the opposite direction of displacement because it's caused by the restoring force. So the rate at which all this change depends on the natural frequency, where the higher the frequency, the faster the vibration. For the next slide, we will be comparing the systems, which are the spring mass, pendulum, and the torsional system. So even though they look different here, they all behave in the same mathematical way. For example, in a spring mass system, the restoring force comes from the spring, which is the F is equals to kx, while in the pendulum, gravity acts as the restoring force that brings it back to the center. In a while in a torsional system, the object twists and the restoring torque comes from the torsional spring. So all of them follow the same differential equation. An acceleration term plus a restoring term is equals to zero. So that's why their natural frequency and period equations have the same form, only the variables change. For the next slide, we'll have an example problem. We'll focus first on the spring mass system. So there, it says consider a small spring about 30 mm long welded to a stationary table so that it is fixed at the point of contact with a 12 bolt welded to the other end, which is free to move. So the other details of this problem is written below. So suppose a spring with a constant of 857.8 N over M is attached to a mass of 49 grams directly by 10 mm 10 release. So gravity doesn't affect the vibration, it only changes the spring position. The vibration itself depends only on the mass and stiffness of the spring. So for the next slide, you'll see there the equation where we are able to get the natural frequency of 132.04 rad per second, or to be able to convert it into hertz, which will be 21.05 hertz, meaning it completes 21 vibration per second. And the period there, it all amounts to 0.04 seconds, and the amplitude and the phase. So for the equation of motion, we're able to like um, write the equation of motion as displacement is equal to 0.01 times the quantity of 132.04 times plus pi over 2. So on the next slide, you're um we're gonna be able to like differentiate the three equivalent representations of the form of harmonic motion. So first will be the exponential form. This is useful in advanced engineering analysis. The second one is the aptitude and freeze form, where it is the most intuitive and commonly used form. And lastly is the sine and cosine form, where it shows the motion as the sum of sine and cosine components. All of this represents the same physical motion, just expressed in different mathematical perspectives. So for the vicious damping, it will be presented by Julia.
Hello, I'm Julian and I will be presenting viscous damping. Viscous damping is damping that is proportional to the velocity of the system. The faster the mass is moving, the more damping force is resisting that motion. So dito is meron tayong sample diagram. So andyan yung hanging mass. So as long as walang gumagalaw dyan, nasa equilibrium state siya. So kapag naman ginalaw mo siya, syempre magkakaroon siya ng displacement. Pero at some point, pabalik din siya sa equilibrium state since meron tayong spring and damping coefficient. Next. So for linear viscous dampers, damping force is linearly proportional to velocity. So meron tayong equation na F is equals to C dot X. So F is damping force, C is damping constant, X is yung velocity of the mass. So ito ulit may picture is sample ng piston. So since damping force is linearly proportional to velocity, so kapag malakas yung velocity, kapag mabilis yung velocity mo, mas malakas din yung damping force. Next. Ito naman is for rotational viscous dampers. Ang damping moment equation niya is MC is equals to C theta, where MC is damping torque or moment, C is damping constant, theta is angular velocity. So commonly naman siya makikita sa mga laptops kung saan pag sinarado mo, syempre hindi naman siya diretso bagsak agad. Meron siyang damping moment which is yun, nagre-resist ng force. Next. So for damping ratio, ang equation dyan is zeta, which is ayang symbol na yan. Zeta is equals to actual damping over critical damping. Next. So meron tayong 4 types of damping. First is undamp, overdamp, critically damp, and underdamp. So for zeta is equals 0, undamp yun. So undamp systems oscillates about the equilibrium position continuously unless some other force is applied. So itong undamp, nasa ano siya parang theoretical lang since wala namang bagay sa mundo na walang energy loss, di ba? Meron naman tayong air resistance, friction, and ganun-ganun. So siguro tong undamp is possible siya kung meron kang pendulum na nasa loob ng vacuum chamber. Kasi pag nasa loob ng vacuum chamber, syempre wala tayong mga air resistance doon. So possible siguro tong undamp kung ganun yung gagawin mo. Next. Zeta is greater than 1, overdamp. Overdamp systems move slowly towards equilibrium without oscillating. So next, may example to. Ayan, example is hydraulic doors. So sorry. Overdamp is natigil siya, meron siyang pakibalik nga sa last slide. So yung example is hydraulic door. So meron siyang, sabi natin yung pinakataas ng graph is yung opening and then yung pinakababa is closing. So isa lang yung motion niya, up and down lang. Hindi siya lumalagpas dun sa opening close niya. Next. Next pa. Yan, so pag zeta is equals to 1, critically damped systems will allow the fastest return to equilibrium without oscillation. So same lang siya dun sa overdamp, pero ang pinagkaiba dito is critical. So parang instant yung pagka-dumping niya, dumping response. So next yung example. Ito yung car shock absorber. So syempre pag nasa kotse tayo, ayaw natin yung mga mauga, yung mga mayugyog, ganun. So dyan siya ina-apply. Next. So pag zeta is less than 1 naman, ayun yung underdamp. So underdamp systems do oscillate around the equilibrium point. The amplitude of the oscillations diminishes until the system eventually stops moving at the equilibrium position. So ito naman yung sa based dun sa graph niya, parang lumalagpas pa siya dun sa horizontal x-axis. So next example. So ayan, example is yung guitar string. So nag-oscillate siya na back and forth pero at some point magi-stop siya sa equilibrium. Same with the swing, nagba-back and forth siya na left to right tapos yun, magi-stop din siya eventually. Next. So ito yung overall na comparisons ng 4 types of damping. Next.
So I'm Shuto. So first is what is mechanical vibration? So the mechanical vibration refers to the oscillation of a mechanical system around the equilibrium point. So we have the various factors. First is the rotating or reciprocating machineries. So the example of this is the engines or the motors, which is naikot siya, which causes vibration. Then impact forces, this is obviously the hammering or drilling or the shocks. It also causes a vibration and fluid flow. So ito po yung ito is yung fluid. This is about the pipes. Meralco, kumbaga, yung dinadaanan ng tubig, yung tangke na dinadaanan ng tubig. So meron din siyang movement, so it causes vibration. Then seismic activity is about the earthquake. It causes a ground to shake. Then it affects the machine that we have or the place that we have. So it causes a movement or vibration. And then, so why is vibration stability important? So first is by analyzing the vibration, we learn about the safety causes or yung mga dangers na ano natin na pwede nating makuha. Then preventing damage, so it is connected to the safety, which is by knowing what causes the vibration or the stability. Pag kasi masyado tayo unstable, then yung machine or yung gamit is masyado gumagalaw, then masisira lang po siya, then reliable performance. So by the stable machine or structure behaves predictably, so malalaman natin kung gaano siya tatagal yung service life niya bago natin siya i-salvage. So mahalaga po talaga na malaman natin kung ano yung stability.
My name is John Kerjaurin. Now let's proceed to the stability of vibrating system. Ito yung mga classifications para masabi natin ang isang bagay ay stable or hindi. First is yung stable system. Next slide. Yan. Stable system. Sabi dito, a system is said to be stable if its free vibration response neither decays nor grows, but remains constant or oscillates as time approaches infinity. Para mas maintindihan natin, magbigay tayo ng example. Imagine a perfectly balanced car wheel. Even if it vibrates a little, the vibration stays the same. It doesn't grow or die out. Para lang siya nagdadrive ka sa isang highway with proper aligned wheels. Sa madaling salita, constant lang yung vibrations nito. Yan. Next is yung asymptotically stable system. Sabi dito, a system is defined to be asymptotically stable if its free vibration response approaches zero as time approaches infinity. Example, yung kotse mo ay aksidenteng napadaan sa pothole or humps. Okay, drawing natin. Yan. Example, yung kotse mo napadaan sa pothole or humps. For short period of time, mag-i-increase yung vibrations ng kotse mo, pero dahil sa shock absorber, ay pakunti-kunti itong mawawala. Tulad na nakikita natin dito sa graph na to. Third is yung unstable system. A system is considered to be unstable if its free vibration response grow without bound as time approaches infinity. Example, yung gulong ng kotse mo ay hindi nakatornilyo ng maayos. Kaya yung gulong niya ay mataas yung vibration. Kaya kapag pinayandar mo siya ng mas mabilis at mas matagal, magiging delikado at pwede mag-lead ito sa aksidente. Kaya nagpo-fall siya under ng unstable system. Next slide. Yan. So bakit nga ba importante na malaman natin ang classifications ng mga ito? Pumunta tayo sa engineering field na nakafocus sa mga vehicles. Let's say mayroong company na gusto mag-release ng bagong kotse. Bago nila i-release ito, magte-test muna sila ng NVH testing or tinatawag din na noise vibration harness testing, na kung saan tinatanggal nila yung mga unwanted noise mula sa mga unwanted vibration. At yung mga classifications kanina, yun yung pinagbabasihan nila para malaman nila kung safe ba yung vehicle or hindi na i-release nila. Next slide, ito yung example. Ayun lang, proceed na tayo sa seatwork.
So, thank you po sa pakikinig. So, this was supposed to be our seat work. So, one is the viscous damping is damping that is proportional to the blank of the system. And the answer to this was velocity. So, if angular speed is greater than the rad per second, then ang sagot po dito is B again, the velocity amplitude is greater than displacement amplitude. Pag kasi po velocity amplitude is greater than acceleration amplitude, so iba po siya, hindi po siya dapat greater than. Then the blank system oscillates about the equilibrium position continuously unless some other force is applied. So, na-discuss po ito ni Julian kanina. The answer to this is the undamped. And for the mechanical vibration refers to the oscillation of mechanical system around the equilibrium point. So all of this can be caused by various factors, except ang sagot po dito is trauma transfer. So wala pong such as trauma transfer. It can be interpreted as at some point, pero hindi po siya dapat dito. Then 5, free vibration response, it neither decays nor grows, but remains constant or oscillates as time approaches infinity. So this is a system, so it is a stable, not unstable kasi neither decays nor grows, so but remains constant, so it is a stable. So that is all for our report. Our topic is free vibration and our group is group 3. Thank you very much.